piss in my lemonade, and I swear I'm on fire.
Well, let me just say, without gushing or being, ridiculous, you are, I think, one of the best voices and writers in the country. You're phenomenal, and I think it's amazing it took this long to get you into the Oregon Music Hall of Fame.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a little overwhelming, I think.
What are your thoughts when you think about the Oregon Music Hall of Fame and that you're a member of it now?
I was talking to my wife about it last night. She was asking me what I was going to say, and I moved here in '89, and I think Oregon's been. My children grew up here. My older children. I recently moved back about 4 years ago from New York. All these things kind of happened at one moment. We moved back, and finally bought a house. Terry Courier calls. It's like this very Oregon moment for me, and sometimes I thought Oregon. Sometimes it's difficult. It's hard, it's far to tour out of. It was never really a super lucrative market to live in, and so you kind of lived here because you loved it. And then this thing started to happen, and suddenly you're like talking to your rock star friend on the East Coast. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm moving to Portland next week," or something. So to watch all of these changes, I think to watch the music scene change, it's without getting too Keith Richards about it, I'm excited that I'm here still.
At all.
Yeah,
Not here at the Oregon Music Hall of Fame induction, but
there were other lists I was at the top of, in the 90s, like next to die in Oregon. So
That's a different Hall of Fame.
it's a different Hall of Fame, yeah. So it's a huge honor.
And Mother Mary's at the door to sweep our souls up off the floor. And God still loves me to the core. And even Jesus loved a whore, baby.
My songs always have this weird thing, not necessarily by design, but where it's a geographical reference or some dark personal point, and I've always been partial to anthemic. In my mind, when I'm sitting by myself in some weird country in my acoustic guitar, I have this, and this is where all the lighters will go up and the spots will fly around the stadium. That's really yet to happen.
Where do you go when you're on stage? You go somewhere else. Your eyes are closed half the time, and I often wonder where you are.
Usually if my eyes are closed, it's because I'm nervous. And otherwise, it's taken me a long, I'm 54 years old. It's taken me a long time to learn that, and it may have been true for me as a young man, but is this on television?
No.
Okay.
It will be on the internet, though.
Okay, great. Sometimes I'm standing there and I'm like, all right, man, I'm not getting paid a ton of money here. I'm sober. I'm married. There's absolutely no fucking reason for me to be standing here unless I can be as good and as honest as I possibly can be. I'd love to tell you I've thought that for a career. That's not what I thought for a career. All those other things were much more in play, like how much money am I getting? Where's that girl? Or, but I think I could honestly say that I'm trying to find that emotional spot, to me, that's at least resonating for me. I have this big thing about whether it's true or not. It's kind of the same thing on my songwriting. I tend to not usually write in the second person. Or a friend of mine who's a really good songwriter was like, all your songs are like, I am, I think, I feel, and I don't really do character songs because my music is...
it's you.
It's me, or it's very personal, and when I look at my heroes, and often I think that that's how they're writing.